Thank you, Chair Gingras and Vice Chair Trudeau for hearing this bill. My name is Christina Henry, and I am here on behalf of the Northwest Consumer Law Center in support of SB 5947. I want to take a moment to thank Senator Stanford for his partnership with us to amend outdated and deficient personal property exemption laws that individuals, families, and small business owners in Washington depend on in times of financial strain and crisis. We at the Northwest Consumer Law Center are looking to help honest families who do not have a sufficient safety net to live and thrive in our community when faced with medical tragedy, the loss of a job, the loss of a business, divorce, or some other debilitating financial event. The underlying bill addresses three key areas: personal property exemptions, tools of the trade, and personal injury claims. I want to use my time to tell you what it's like representing clients in financial distress. With the current state exemptions, before assisting my clients to file for bankruptcy, I counsel clients to sell their cars and then take any equity from that sale to spend on necessities like food, clothing, and needed household repairs before filing bankruptcy, because the $3,250 exemption for a car is so low. For bank accounts, I counsel to reduce money in bank accounts to a mere $500 for a small business owner and $2,000 for an individual. Then for a small business owner, for instance, a current Mary Kay client, I had to make sure her makeup inventory was within the $10,000 current exemption limit for tools of the trade before filing. And lastly, for personal injury, I watched a client suffer for more than 4 years while personal injury insurance companies prolonged settlement negotiations before she was forced to take predatory litigation loans to survive while the bills piled up as she was disabled and unable to work due to her injury that she suffered from a hit and run car accident. In the meantime, she struggled to pay her mortgage and keep food on the table while collection agency creditors hounded her day and night and sued for judgments to garnish the meager workman's compensation she was receiving while waiting to be made whole for her personal injury claim. I had to sit by and fend off those creditors for her as best as I could. Ultimately, she took a settlement for far less than she should have because she could not take the stress of her creditors hounding her anymore. Today, she is still suffering from that decision. Our personal property exemptions have not kept up with the increased cost of living in our state, and the steep inflation we are currently experiencing has revealed just how deficient they are. It's also important for this committee to know that the way the current exemptions work for cash and money in bank accounts are meaningless and unworkable in bankruptcy, and we're asking for them to change. Now, federal exemptions already are at over $10,000, so creditors already know that they face some risk when someone files bankruptcy, and for them, in that exemption, there is no change at all. This legislation makes certain that debtors have a secure place to keep money to pay rent, utilities, and have food security. You may hear today that creditors are harmed, but remember, creditors know how to protect themselves. They know how to sue debtors, they obtain a judgment, and secure their claims against a debtor's assets. They also secure their interest rates. They also have increased interest rates to protect against bankruptcy and default. This bill is tailored to keep the balance between creditors and debtors intact, while at the same time acknowledging we need to build in increases due to the cost of living adjustments and to clarify that the provisions here can be doubled for married couples. All common sense changes that are long overdue. Thank you very much.